again? You got the lights on.
Surveillance cameras captured Jim Jones kicking in a locked Bronx studio door. Less than 24 hours later, 50 Cent posted the footage, attached a lease termination notice, and claimed partial ownership of the building. What nobody anticipated was Jim Jones' response to the trolling, a reaction that would completely shift public perception and turn a potential embarrassment into viral gold. The footage that ignited the fire surfaced on February 20, 2026. Timestamped February 19, it showed a man repeatedly striking a locked door until it finally gave way. That man was Jim Jones. The caption 50 Cent added made the message clear before anyone even clicked play. This building was the IFC Factory, short for Intellectual Factory of Content, home to the podcast Let's Rap About It, co-hosted by Jim Jones, Fabulous, Dave East, and Mayo. This wasn't a simple rental. It was the operational heart of the show, housing recording equipment, production setups, and the core of the podcast's content operations. 50 Cent didn't stop at one camera angle. He posted multiple clips from different security cameras, showing the hallway from different perspectives. Alongside the footage, he attached a lease termination notice addressed to Joseph Jones, Jim's legal name, referencing a 15-day default notice dated January 5, with the cure period expiring January 22. By the time Jones kicked the door, the lease had technically been dead for nearly a month. Jim Jones responded swiftly, but not with denial. Instead, he posted a video in the same outfit from the surveillance footage, performing exaggerated karate strikes while chopping wood. Behind him, The Last Dragon played on a massive screen. The caption read, "Kung Fu Jim is what they call him." Memes spread instantly, and the clip racked up millions of views across Instagram, YouTube, and X. What could have been an embarrassing moment became a viral persona, turning Jim Jones into Kung Fu Jim overnight. To understand why this moment landed so dramatically, you have to go back to the root of the conflict. The feud traces back to late 2025, when the Let's Rap About It podcast referred to 50 Cent's Netflix documentary as a mockumentary. That word implied the documentary wasn't real journalism. It was performance, entertainment masquerading as investigative reporting. For 50 Cent, this wasn't just a critique, it was a challenge to his credibility. Rather than respond with a diss track or traditional public statement, 50 Cent approached the issue strategically. He began posting leaked audio that allegedly revealed back rent owed by the podcast crew, figures ranging from $80,000 to $180,000, with some early leaks citing as much as $250,000. The point was clear: criticize my work, but can you even pay your bills? Over the next several months, the saga grew. Memes, audio leaks, and commentary amplified the narrative of financial mismanagement. Fellow Dipset member Cameron added fuel to the fire, posting memes about the studio lacking heat in winter. Jim Jones countered by showcasing studio upgrades, but the core issues, rent, lease, and access, remained unresolved. By February 19, surveillance cameras captured Jones striking the locked door. The next day, 50 Cent shared the footage with the lease termination notice. But he didn't stop there. Hours later, he posted a photo with Sam, the building's owner, claiming, "Sam is my partner. I own the joint. Now you're going to fix every door you kick or I'm going to kick you, Jimmy. By Monday, you're destroying my property." In a single afternoon, the narrative shifted. Jim Jones went from an exposed tenant to facing 50 Cent as his landlord. 50 Cent's campaign was meticulously constructed. Leaked audio established financial obligations, memes reinforced financial struggles, surveillance footage confirmed a lockout, the partnership photo inserted leverage, and the Monday deadline created urgency. Public perception was clear. Jones had been exposed, cornered, and framed. Then came Jim Jones' response, Kung Fu Jim. The 15 to 30-second clip was carefully orchestrated. Jones wore the same dark clothes and boots from the surveillance footage, performed martial arts strikes, and referenced The Last Dragon, a beloved martial arts comedy. The caption subtly promoted the studio's amenities, countering narratives of financial distress while ignoring the lease dispute and 50 Cent directly. The result was immediate. Social media celebrated Kung Fu Jim. Memes, reaction videos, and reposts flooded platforms. Outlets praised the humorous, creative deflection. What could have been a humiliating exposure transformed into free promotion and a viral persona. Later, Jones used Instagram stories to tease upcoming content, framing 50 Cent's trolling as free advertising. Legally, the dispute remained unresolved. The IFC factory was critical for Let's Rap About It, and the lease termination notice indicated formal tenancy processes were underway. Under New York law, landlords generally must obtain a court order to evict tenants. Changing locks without a court judgment can constitute illegal self-help eviction. Reports mention police being called to the studio, suggesting Jones may have retained legal access. Financially, the exact arrears remain unclear. Reports suggest $80,000 to $180,000, and Jones reportedly wired $200,000 at one point. 50 Cent's ownership claim is unverified, relying on a photo with Sam rather than formal deeds. No public court filings or contracts have emerged. The optics were everything. 50 Cent positioned himself as a strategic businessman exposing accountability failures. Jones reframed his misstep into a viral persona. The story captivated the internet, balancing entertainment, social media warfare, and real-world consequences. By February 25th, the Monday deadline passed without confirmed follow-up. No public reports of repairs, enforcement, or legal action surfaced. Social media attention remained high, while the lease and financial disputes continued privately. Jones' rapid, humorous response preserved engagement, deflected criticism, and maintained relevance without escalating conflict. But to truly grasp the impact of this moment, we have to consider the fan reaction. Social media exploded with side debates and meme threads. One viral Twitter post labeled Jim Jones as Bronx Bruce Lee, while a Reddit thread broke down every single karate move in the video. Reaction videos on YouTube compared the footage to classic martial arts tropes, dissecting each kick and chop. Even hip-hop academics weighed in, analyzing how Jones had flipped a potentially humiliating moment into cultural capital. The co-hosts of Let's Rap About It, Fabulous, Dave East, and Mayo, remained largely in the background. Fabulous posted a cryptic comment, "Only in the Bronx, you'll know," while Dave East shared an Instagram story laughing with the caption "business as usual." Mayo hinted at behind-the-scenes content coming soon, teasing the audience without acknowledging 50 Cent directly. The strategy was clear: keep the focus on Jones, the studio, and the viral persona, while maintaining the broader operation's credibility. The podcast itself also benefited. Streams of Let's Rap About It surged after the viral posts. New listeners tuned in to understand what had happened at the IFC factory. Advertisers, seeing the spike in engagement, reportedly reached out to explore sponsorships. While this didn't pay off the alleged back rent, it highlighted how Jones' handling of the incident may have inadvertently increased the podcast's reach and revenue potential. From a media strategy standpoint, this event is textbook viral narrative. 50 Cent's approach, strategic posting, selective leaks, and social media leverage, was designed to humiliate and dominate the conversation. Jim Jones' counter was equally clever: turn embarrassment into character building, maintain control of the narrative, and transform the moment into free publicity. The audience was caught in the middle, deciding whether to root for the strategic landlord or the charismatic, laughing tenant. Even months later, the story continues to serve as a case study in social media conflict management. The lessons are clear. In the digital age, perception is reality. A carefully curated response can turn a crisis into opportunity, and a viral persona can overshadow even the most meticulously planned exposure. Ultimately, the cameras caught Jim Jones kicking a door, but what comes next remains unknown. The lease, the legal obligations, and the real financial consequences are all still in play. What is clear is that, for the public, Kung Fu Jim has already entered hip-hop lore. Memes, clips, and stories will continue circulating, and the IFC factory saga will likely be referenced for years as a masterclass in turning a real-world conflict into viral entertainment.